So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome Mr. Sajjid Mitha on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to each of you present and to those who are watching us on Polymerupdate television. RACE 2, an acronym for Recycling, a Change Enabler, rides on the success of RACE 1, Recycling and the Circular Economy, which we hosted at this very same venue in April this year. Since then, it seems as if the war cry to rid the world of plastics has gotten louder, with world leaders, Fortune 500 companies, and the largest brand names in the hospitality industry calling for a ban on single-use plastics. At a recent stay at the Four Seasons Astor Palace in Athens, Greece, a hotel room had glass bottles of water instead of PET bottles, and that is something which I'm not very used to. While visiting the Temple of Poseidon, my wife and I needed at least a liter of water to carry in our backpacks. And we found the glass bottles to be impractical, heavy, and dangerous too. As if the bottle slipped from our hands, it would shatter and possibly hurt someone. Of course, the hotel did arrange for water packed in PET bottles, which they organized for us from the pool area, where they said they did not encourage the use of glass bottles. However, there is a call to ban plastics, and the movement is gathering momentum. This is where RACE hopes to play a key role. Over time, we at Polymerupdate and Pworld Tech remain committed to work more closely with the Indian government, polymer producers, processors, marketeers working for brands and retailers. We hope to work more closely with municipal corporations, with building societies, and waste management companies, with educational institutions, and most importantly, with licensed recycling companies. We hope all will work together and will come to play key roles in helping India get responsible in the handling and recycling of plastics. Today, plastics are everywhere. There is no denying that. Even those who demonize it depend on it in ways they themselves are not aware of. I was at a cocktail party very recently where the wife of a dear friend, who is the chairman of one of India's top FMCG companies, asked my wife, Lavina, to share a post on social media with the hashtag Say No to Plastics. I was eavesdropping on the conversation and was proud when Lavina said that she would not share the post on social media as she did not believe it was possible to say no to plastics. She went on to explain that if the lady had used her cell phone to share this message, then she must know that her phone was made up of plastic. Lavina explained to her that polycarbonate, which is plastic, played an essential part in the production of the body of her cell phone. I couldn't resist joining in and said that polycarbonate had superior impact resistance, which made sure her cell phone did not break if it accidentally dropped. Other plastics were also used in her phone, which made her cell phone light enough to carry in a handbag. I added that plastics did not allow for any antenna interference while she was conversing on her phone. The lady's husband joined in, and when told about our conversation, said that the FMCG products he sells depend on plastics for packaging. That is when I got in and added, transportation is lighter and more fuel efficient because plastics have replaced metal. Plastics furniture is inexpensive compared to metal or wood. It is also easier to clean and store. Hospital hygiene relies heavily on the use of plastics. The World Health Organization has said that food wastage has reduced on account of proper plastics packaging. And the list, ladies and gentlemen, can go on and on and on. Our friends nodded, and the lady said she was indeed surprised with the multiple uses of plastics and promptly agreed that it was impossible to say no to plastics. As humans, we have a terrible habit of passing on the buck. Banning is taking the easy way and convenient way out, but it isn't the solution. It's simply shirking our responsibility for the sake of convenience. Rather than saying no to plastics, we have to stop it from leaking into our oceans, from becoming deadly food for animals, from ending up at a landfill, and from being ground into microplastics. That is our responsibility, yours and mine, and that of our governments. And I believe that recycling can play a key role in all of this. At Polymerupdate, while we do not support single usage of plastic products, or for that matter, any product like a drinking straw made from paper, for example, we do wholeheartedly encourage the need to retain the value of plastics in our economy without allowing them to seep into our environment. Over the past few decades, new polymers have been invented, which have helped simplify our lives. Sadly, waste management for this miracle product has not caught up. At the RACE conference today, we hope to hear about the many polymer recycling innovations which have started to emerge across the world. Chemical recycling techniques like pyrolysis, depolymerization, physical recycling techniques like solvent extraction, etc. Which technique is preferred and why? We hope some of these questions will be answered today. We hope at the end of the day today, at least some of us who have grown up with the concept of buying, using, disposing, will allow ourselves to evolve to buying, using, recycling, reusing. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our patrons and our speakers. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for your participation today at the RACE conference. Thank you very much.